Hello everyone, welcome back to Happy Hour with Melissa Cho. That's me. Today, I'm doing a catch-up episode, a little solo episode with you guys. I did not have an episode last week, and that's okay. I go where the wind takes me. Or also I had a couple of things that I had to work on outside of the podcast, but thank you for being patient. I am back today. So today is really chill. I don't have anything prepared, but I put a poll today on the Instagram, on the Happy Hour Instagram, asking, what do you guys want to know? What's up? I want to chat. And we're just gonna go off of that. But I'm excited to record this episode because I have things to share. I am wearing a headband today because my hair is a little bit naughty today. Okay, my bestie Jessica says life updates of Melissa. So hi, Jessica. She actually is based in the East Coast now, finishing up her master's degree, and she actually came last weekend to visit us. So it was really great seeing her. But life updates, I am still on the job search. That also ties into one of the other questions that someone asked me. How is the job search going? So if you are new here, I have been job searching. I have been a freelancer for the past year, ever since I got laid off last year in February. And I've been editing and mainly editing and producing videos for creators and brands. I was fortunate. I had the honor of editing a campaign for a fragrance brand based in LA called Dead Cool. And how I got this gig was a happy hour story, actually. So at the end of last year, I was invited to go to one of our all-star guests, Puni Petals' dinner party end of last year. And it was like a nice little fancy dinner at her apartment. We all had to dress up because she said that it was Saltburn themed. And so we all dressed up really nice. And then through that dinner, I was able to talk to a lot of people, meet new friends, and I met one of the lovely ladies there. She is the current creative director of I Love Creatives Studio, which is an agency here in LA, and they work with a lot of really cool brands. So Dead Cool was one of their clients that they were working on. And so at the beginning of the year, I hear from Mindy that she's looking for editors. And so I reach out to her saying, hey, I'm an editor, what's up? And it was through that I was able to be onboarded for the Dead Cool project. So they just released their first ever national campaign, and I was able to help edit their videos, like for Meta, for Facebook, Instagram. So any ads you see about Dead Cool, I had a hand in helping edit that. So that was something that was exciting that happened at the beginning of this year, and it's already almost May. So I feel like this is really late news, but that happened when I was in Taiwan. I feel like this was the biggest scale project I've worked on editing wise, but that was an update that happened around the beginning-ish of this year. And then applying to the jobs, it's actually interesting now that this person pointed out when she asked how the search is going. I can't even count how many jobs I've applied to. It's definitely over like 150. I can be very, very certain about that. But on LinkedIn, no one is going to look at your application. It's just a statistic. Like only 3% of your application will get, of your entire number of submissions, only then get seen by a recruiter. So I definitely felt that, and I applied to a lot of jobs. And I kind of was under a dry spell for a very long time. Like the past year of trying to freelance and trying to grow my business, but still wanting to go full time and wanting to find a job. It's been tough. Like I didn't get any full-time opportunities back then. And then I would maybe do interviews here and there, and they would just not work out because, timing is everything and things are meant to be. So I was under a really long dry spell for the longest time, but suddenly, miraculously, I've had 3 interviews this week, and I have 2 more next week. And listen, angels, if I don't get one of them, I don't know what to do. Anyway, that is what I'm toiling away at, because as you keep going past the different rounds for a lot of these opportunities, they'll have you speak to a panel, they'll have you do an assignment, which I'm so used to doing, but having done them frequently and not having reached the end goal is obviously very soul crushing. But you know what? I've done this before and I can do it again. And I've done it with success in the past, and most of them have failed, but Anyway, just taking it one day at a time. And I finished an assignment for one of the interview phases like just now. I'm feeling good about it. I'm going to submit it probably tomorrow. I'm just going to fine tune it. But yeah, I don't know. Stay tuned. All right, let's just stop talking about job stuff. But let's talk about personal stuff because I've been attending some events recently. Oh, I'll tell you guys how that Yuzu event went. So my second to last episode where I interviewed the head of brand of this new dating plus social app for the Asian community. The app is called Yuzu, and it had a launch event in LA a few weeks ago, probably a month ago now. And I was able to attend that event and also interview the head of brand. So go ahead and listen to my episode with Cindy if you haven't yet. Fun fact is that I actually interviewed Cindy hours before the event, and then I carpooled us to the event. So I brought my outfit for the night because it was a cocktail event. So it was a much more formal event. And so during the interview, I wore my regular clothes. And then when we went to the event, I brought my dress over because I was like, I'm not wearing this Reformation dress during the interview. It's too much. But I went to the event and I met some people. You know, it was great. Once again, expanding my LA circle. Also just tapping into the creative tapestry of LA obviously is very important in what I do at Happy Hour. I'm always trying to scope out new talent, get people's contact information, stalk some people a bit. But it was interesting. Well, this doesn't usually happen to me, but a nice man gave me his phone number. Like literally at that last 5 minutes of the event. And or maybe I'm just fabricating his intentions, but I mean, he was like, oh, you know, if you have any social media questions, you can just ask me, just put your number in my phone. And I was like, okay, oh my gosh, you don't have a phone case? That's crazy. But I don't know, the conversation didn't start like that. It was like, I was literally about to leave. The event ended at 9. I was about to leave. I was saying goodbye to people. I was saying thank you to the staff who works there. And he just approached me. He's like, oh, I didn't get to meet you. And I was like, oh, I didn't get to meet you as well. And I only talked to him for 5 minutes. So it was nothing crazy. And I didn't think much about it. I said goodbye and I was like, it was a pleasure meeting you. You have my contact information, blah, blah, blah. When I'm around men, I'm just extremely calm around them. I don't know. I just didn't think much about it. And then a few weeks later, so this is about 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. I don't even know the timeline, guys. But anyway, a few weeks after the Yuzu event, I received one day a text from him out of the blue. He's like, Melissa. And then I say, hey, what's up? And then he says, are you in LA? And I was like, yes, I am. And then he says, oh, I'm throwing my birthday party on this day in a few days. Thought I'd extend you an invite, smiley face. And I was like, oh, wow, that's incredibly sweet of you. I'd love to stop by. And so I did. And let me tell you guys, I was the only one who showed up with a birthday present. First of all, I'm incredibly proud of myself for doing that. But B, I think to cut people some slack, I think people were there to just party. And so I think the sentiment that most people were having is that this is not a birthday. It's a place to like drink, do shots, smoke, vape. And maybe it's not a let's give the birthday boy gifts. Perhaps not. But anyway, I never show up to a house empty-handed. And what's funny, okay, first of all, I'm also very proud of myself for going to that event by myself because I knew that it was going to be an event that was going to have a pretty solid turnout. But I think a lot of times we would want to bring a +1. We want to bring our best friend. We just want to have someone else come with us. But you know what? Recently, I've been attending events by myself, just been going to things myself. And also, like, I'm not dating anyone at the moment. So I'm just so comfortable, not 100% comfortable. I'll always get a little nervous before I walk into an event for sure. But once I step in and I talk to one person or I make an initial conversation, I got this, you know. I think I have no issue talking to strangers at all. So anyway, that's just a little pat on my back. But I mean, I know a lot of people who are scared to go to events on their own, but I think you should try it out. I think it's exciting, you know, and tapping into the unknown. And for me, I do not consider myself an influencer, you know, someone with hundreds of thousands of followers, which when I was at these events, I would meet people who fulfilled that criteria. But I just think it's interesting, getting to know people in this circle that maybe I have my foot in because of happy hour and thanks to happy hour. But I don't know. You should go to an event by yourself. I think it's pretty fun. And I did meet some girlfriends there. And I did also meet some people I met at the Yuzu event. So I was able to reconnect with them there a few weeks later, which is amazing. For me, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I do not do drugs. And so I always go to events completely sober. And I feel like people should be doing that more because listen, when you are one of the rare ones, or maybe even the only one at an event completely sober, I feel like you, with a clear, conscious mind, have just so much power being in that room. And that makes me incredibly confident. Just knowing my every move, knowing that I have a crystal clear mind and that I'm able to talk to people with intention, with a genuine nature. But if you want to go out on the town and get drunk, like that is your prerogative as well. But for me, I mean, I don't drink because of chronic health reasons. But I also never grew up being a big drinker. In college, I never drank. I never, wanted to like drink a ton of White Claw or a bunch of soju. Also, I think it's because my parents are very tasteful drinkers, and my dad buys a really good bottle of red wine. And so I feel like their taste in alcohol is very refined. And so that is how I view drinking. Maybe I'll have like a cup or a cup. You see, I don't drink. I'll have a cup of wine. Maybe I'll have like a small glass of wine, but with my family at home because, I'm with them and it's just a small glass. But usually, no, I don't drink. And going to that event, I did not drink at all. It's fun. So I met some new girlfriends, and I recount this moment where they all started going to the bathroom, and all the girls, I'm like, okay, if we're all going to the bathroom, I will follow. We go to the bathroom upstairs, and there's this massive ring light already set up in the bathroom. And I was like, what's going on? Oh, they were there to shoot dance TikToks. And so I'm also not on TikTok that much, to be honest, just for the sanity of my screen time. But it was funny because all these girls, they already know the TikTok moves to this one viral dance TikTok, which is actually what a gift. And they all start doing the dance, and that was my cue to shut myself in the bathroom shower door and then just like look at them and observe them from inside the bathroom shower. But what else happened that night? Oh, I gave my birthday present to the person, and he was very touched, or I hope. He was like, I'm so touched, I don't know what to say. And I was like, it's your birthday. Okay, so I got him a necessaire travel kit for his tour. He's going on tour in June, and I remembered that the first time we talked. I think also having a good memory is a flex. Anyway, I gave him that as a part one. And then part two, I got this nice soap, actually from Deadcool, the brand that I edited for, because I was like, I should check out the products. And so I got like a hand soap and a body wash, 2-in-1, as a present for the house. Because first of all, it was my first time being invited there. Beautiful house. And second of all, I thought that he lived there with the other guys he's in the band with. And so I thought that they were all living together, and so that they could have the soap and share the soap together. But apparently he owns that house himself. So he lives there. He lives there himself. And so I was like, okay, well, you can just tell me how it is. Yes. Anyway, I know I feel like I'm just complimenting myself throughout this video, but I'm actually really proud of myself for A, showing up to an event all by myself, B, still having fun and talking to people, having a clear, sober mind, and C, providing a wonderful birthday present. Okay, so that's what happened recently. I feel like this is inspiring me to just go out more. Oh, and also last Friday, this is a new update. Last Friday, I went to our favorite Potter, Danny D's birthday. Oh my gosh. So he turned 30 last week, and I was able to attend his birthday. I was so honored to be invited. And once again, I went to that event all by myself, but it was cool because I know his circle of friends, and they're all amazing people, just talented photographers, artists, producers, directors, casting producers, and just people older than me. And I'm really appreciating this season of my life where I am making friends with older people. So thank you to Danny for including me in his friend circle, because all of his friends are just wonderful people. I'm so thankful that I'm just like a part of that group. The past weekend, I was actually dog sitting for Danny. I was at his place dog sitting for the weekend, and I was with Kaya for a couple days. She did pee on my bed the first day as a welcome gift, and I had to immediately wash the sheets, but I think she has like a little bit of little leaky pee pee. But she's so wonderful. Honestly, I will say that she is probably the most favorable dog I've been around with, because A, she doesn't shed that much. B, she is so quiet. She is so chill. And C, she doesn't smell, which I cannot say is the case for a lot of other dogs I've been around with or dog sat. And I feel like dog sitting in the spring, summertime has become like an annual goal for me, because last year in the summer, remember, I was dog sitting for another friend, which you guys saw in the episode where I interviewed Brendan. I was at someone else's house dog sitting for them for the month. And I actually will be dog sitting for Danny again from the start of May to the start of June, because he'll actually be going to Tokyo for a whole month. So I will be back there. Oh, I'm sweating. I feel like I need to end this. Random, but hair care routine. So I permed my hair at the beginning of this year back in Taiwan. I know I'm one of the Asians who has been roped into the perm posse, but I love volume. Oh man, because I also have a lot of hair too, so I'm just like, might as well do something with it. I feel like once a year I'll have some sort of semi-dramatic hair transformation. I remember in 2019 was the official year that I got bangs again, and then another year it was like I got like really short hair, and then after that I got a wolf cut, and then after that I intensified the wolf cut, and now I have permed my hair. So my hair care routine is really using a shower filter. Okay, this is what I got recently. I got the Jolie shower filter, and I got it in red because I wanted a pop of color in my bathroom. In the past, my scalp would just be so irritated, so itchy, and I would wake up in the middle of the night just scratching my head. And I'm like, I'm not unhygienic. I wash my pillowcase regularly, and I just thought that it was a me issue, that you're getting older, and your body changes. And so I bought scalp serum. I would be hair oiling, and none of that would seem to work. And then when I went back to Taiwan, which is interesting, when I go back to Taiwan, I have none of these issues at all. But I didn't register that it was the water until when I came back from Taiwan and I started showering here in my bathroom again. I was in the shower, and then suddenly I just looked up at the shower head, and I was like, it's you. It's been you all along. I've been gaslit. I'm not the problem. So I immediately purchased the Jolie shower filter, and it has been a game changer. My hair feels softer, and it doesn't itch, which is crazy. So my skin too gets itchy, and that has subsided. So there's so much chlorine, a lot of nasty toxins in the water here in the States, which is crazy, but none of that. So I highly recommend getting a shower filter. I can link it in the show notes. And then B, just not applying too much heat on your hair. When you wash your hair, oh my gosh, I'm literally burping. What's going on? I mean, I love scalding hot showers, but I am much more mindful of the water heat when it's my scalp. So I don't do super high temperatures for my scalp, because that would be irritating. That's bad for your scalp health. And then when I blow dry my hair, I leave it on the lower heat setting. So that, and then if you have curly hair, or if you have a permed hair, I have a curling cream. I unfortunately didn't buy in the States. I bought it back in Taiwan when I was back there for 2 months, because I feel like products back there are way better and cheaper. So I use a product from back home, but I'm sure if you go to an Ulta or Sephora, which my hairstylist here says go to Ulta, because they have more hair products at Ulta than Sephora. So go to your local Ulta and then buy a curling cream or buy some sort of hair oil with clean ingredients that's going to keep your hair nice and shiny and non-frizzy and moisturized. And be sure to check out the ingredients because that's very important. We don't want any endocrine disruptors, any hormone disruptors seeping into our skin. Anything that's clean and safe for your skin, including the water. Okay, a few more questions. Thoughts on the Jojo Siwa situation? I don't follow her, but okay, let's see what's going on. Oh no, what's going on with Jojo Siwa? Okay, she released a new song. Let's hear it. For her new performance. Okay, let me stop. Well, this is how I view as a phase for so many celebrities who grew up in the public eye at such a young age. Like, I feel like she's definitely, I mean, in her lyrics, she's like, I'm such a bad girl. Like, this is a very textbook hero's journey of a lot of Disney actors like Bella Thorne, Miley Cyrus, with their songs when they wanted to get more into more mature content. But, I think they ended up fine in the end. Well, Bella Thorne took a little longer, but let's give her some time. Or I'm completely misreading the situation and I haven't done much research about it, but you know what? You just give her time. I think she'll get there. Okay. Is there one more question? Let's see. Thoughts on scaling happy hour? Well, that's just the thing. You know what? I'm at a point in time where I am obviously going to put time and effort into the show because it's yielded so much fruit in the past year. And actually, we're going to be hitting a year in exactly a month, which is crazy. And I'm so excited to celebrate with you guys when we hit our official year anniversary. Some days, some weeks I'll miss, but I'm learning to be okay with that because I'd rather put out an episode that I like and support rather than an episode that is just a placeholder for that week. In the meantime, I think I'm really happy with just using the show to meet new people, and it's yielded so much fruit already. Like, look at the people that I've met in the past year and I'm still friends with them. Like, a few weeks ago, I had coffee with Poonie, and she's actually coming back on the show to celebrate her 30th birthday. She's also turning 30 in May, and we're gonna be doing some more floral work, which I'm really excited. Posting more episodes on YouTube, obviously, because I want everyone to just see and have access to the show and have a better awareness that the show exists. But I don't want to take happy hour too seriously, because if I do, I know that I'm going to end up hating it. So finding joy in everything that I do, not just in happy hour, but when I'm job searching, when I'm networking with people, when I'm trying to repair and reverse my PCOS symptoms, just trying to find joy in the things that I do is a big thing. So it'll scale naturally and organically, but I just don't know the answer to it yet, because right now I just want to have a good time. I think I'm going to end the episode there. I'm sweating and I'm going to order a kava bowl because I deserve. So thank you so much for listening. I highly recommend that you subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Also, happy hour has just been monetized on YouTube, so thank you guys for subscribing. Let's keep those subscribes going. So subscribe on here if you prefer to listen and watch podcasts on YouTube. We're also on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon, all of the other major networks. So leave a review on Spotify or Apple. It takes 1 minute of your time. It's super quick, and it would be amazing because that helps establish the credibility of the show. It helps the show grow. So that would be really appreciated. But follow Happy Hour on Instagram, HAAPIHOURPOD, Happy Hour Pod. And there you'll be able to see exclusive trailers and some episode highlights. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you very soon. Bye.